2 Baruch, chapter 24, the coming judgment. For behold, the days come, and the books shall be opened, in which are written the sins of all those who have sinned, and again also the treasuries, in which the righteousness of all those who have been righteous in creation is gathered. For it shall come to pass at that time that you shall see, and the many that are with you, the long suffering of the Most High, which has been throughout all generations, who has been long suffering towards all who are born, alike those who sin and those who are righteous. And I answered and said, But behold, O Lord, no one knows the number of those things which have passed, nor yet of those things which are to come. For I know indeed that which has befallen us, but what will happen to our enemies I know not, and when you will visit your works. Second Baruch, chapter 25 and 26, sign of the coming judgment. And he answered and said unto me, You too shall be preserved till that time, till that sign which the Most High will work for the inhabitants of the earth in the end of days. This therefore shall be the sign. When a stupor shall seize the inhabitants of the earth, and they shall fall into many tribulations, and again when they shall fall into great torments, and it will come to pass, when they say in their thoughts by reason of their much tribulation, The Mighty One doth no longer remember the earth. Yes, it will come to pass when they abandon hope, that the time will then awake. 2 Baruch chapter 26 through 30, the 12 woes that are to come upon the earth, the Messiah. And I answered and said, Will that tribulation, which is to be, continue a long time? And will that necessity embrace many years? And he answered and said unto me, Into 12 parts is that time divided, and each one of them is reserved for that which is appointed for it. In the first part there shall be the beginning of commotions, and in the second part there shall be slayings of the great ones, and in the third part the fall of many by death, and in the fourth part the sending of the sword, and in the fifth part famine and the withholding of rain, and in the sixth part earthquakes and terrors, wanting, and in the eighth part a multitude of specters and attacks of the Sheddim, and in the ninth part the fall of fire, and in the 10th part rapine and much oppression, and in the 11th part wickedness and unchastity, and in the 12th part confusion from the mingling together of all those things aforesaid. For these parts of that time are reserved, and shall be mingled one with another, and minister one to another. For some shall leave out some of their own, and receive in its stead from others, and some complete their own, and that of others, so that those may not understand who are upon the earth in those days, that this is the consummation of the times. Nevertheless, whoever understands shall then be wise. For the measure and the reckoning of that time are 2 parts a week of 7 weeks. And I answered and said, It is good for a man to come and behold, but it is better that he should not come, lest he fall. But I will say this also, Will he who is incorruptible despise those things which are corruptible? And whatever befalls in the case of those things which are corruptible, so that he might look only to those things which are not corruptible. But if, O Lord, those things shall assuredly come to pass, which you have foretold to me, so do you show this also unto me, if indeed I have found grace in your sight? It is in one place, or it is in one of the parts of the earth, that those things are come to pass, or will the whole earth experience them? And he answered and said unto me, Whatever will then befall will befall the whole earth. Therefore, all who live will experience them. For at that time I will protect only those who are found in those selfsame days in this land. And it shall come to pass, when all is accomplished, that was to come to pass in those parts, that the Messiah, shall then begin to be revealed. And Behemoth shall be revealed from his place, and Leviathan shall ascend from the sea. Those two great monsters which I created on the 5th day of creation, and shall have kept until that time. And then they shall be for food, for all that are left. The earth shall also yield its fruit 10,000-fold, and on each vine there shall be 1,000 branches. And each branch shall produce 1,000 clusters, and each cluster produce 1,000 grapes, and each grape produce a quart of wine. And those who have hungered shall rejoice. Moreover, also they shall behold marvels every day. For winds shall go forth from before me to bring every morning the fragrance of aromatic fruits. And at the close of the day, clouds distilling the dew of health. And it shall come to pass at that same time that the treasury of manna shall again descend from on high, and they will eat of it in those years, because these are they who have come to the consummation of time. And it shall come to pass after these things, when the time of the advent of the Messiah is fulfilled, that he shall return in glory.